All right, hello everyone, and here we are back for another guide for the Master Tournament here, hole 6, revision, and just getting my bag set up. I remember we did quarterback yesterday. I'm going to kind of set myself a little bit prepared here. I'm going to use a plus 10% on my ring adjustment. I'm going to back off the top spin just slightly as well, or backspin, sorry. Yesterday, if you guys remember, I believe I came up short. It didn't, that ball compression really came into play. So something you definitely need to be careful of. There's a couple different ways that you can go about this. We can obviously, go with a wind 5-ball, wind 4-ball. What I'm going to recommend is using one of the side spin ones. As you can see, this is a Oceana ball, and it's going to provide you that little bit of extra side spin that you're going to want. So if you're going to go this route, that's the way that I'm going to recommend that you do it. Aside from that, what I try to do is at least at the bare minimum, get kind of a starting point the first couple attempts. And here you're going to see that I'm just going to use a Kingmaker again and input my wind. We're going to use this plus 10% and just try to, hone in on the adjustment a little bit. 10.6, 11.3. So we'll try that. And as I mentioned, we are going to just kind of back off the spin just slightly. Here is going to be about, 4.5 on the spin. And you can see with my offset, I'm kind of leaving it up the hill, kind of. And 11.3 rings, what we're going to try to go. So there's 6. Perfect ball. And not climbing over the bunker. So it looks like it is going to be, somewhat risky if you don't, bring the enough wind reduction ball. I didn't run into the bunker yesterday. I was hoping, the second attempt I'd get a little bit more dialed in. I came off the backspin and it still wasn't enough. So one of the things that you probably have to do is you have to set up that ball guide, that second hop, much more forward than I did. I had it right around the fringe, and it looks like, after my ring adjustment, for instance, that the ball guide deflection, that compression was about that much, in between the fringe and the bunker there. It was about 5 yards or so, whatever that is, 6 yards. And if you do get into that spot, just try to focus on your perfect ball. I tried to go ahead and just pop it in just so you could see the shot. And, you won't have to play a lot of wind. I'm assuming you won't be there, especially, I do highly recommend those higher balls. I'm just not trying to waste them that early on. I try to save them a little bit and then use them later after I get the ring. My ring adjustment seemed pretty good. Maybe going one extra ring here would be about right. So if I shoot for 12.4 next time. Another thing, you might want to flip the camera view. As you could see, kind of the way that I was adjusting rings, I started to get into that high elevation void where I was going back up the bunker, and that's kind of where the error came into play. So I'll do the best that I can for trial number 3 to get another revision there for you guys, and probably get to the point where now that I'm starting to get honed in on the adjustment and know that it's kind of probably a plus 20%, that's the point that I'll start to potentially bring in a win 4 ball or a win 5 ball. So my very last attempt will be with using that ball and just trying to, tweak the spin depending on about how high it is. So good luck with that 6th hole, and definitely be on the lookout for my trial number 3 for that hole.